What's up, everybody? This is Shannon here with Back to the Cardboard. And this past Saturday, June the 28th, we got the shocking news, well, it's shocking to me, somewhat unexpected, of the passing of the great Dave Parker. That's right, the Cobra. Passed away this Saturday at the age of 74. And in this video, I would like to share with you my Dave Parker collection. It's not vast by any means, but I'm still working on it. So stay tuned and we will get to it. So we'll get to that in a second. But before I move on, I would like to share just a small stack of cards with you all that I've got in the mail, picked up over this past week or so, and in order to clear my cluttered desk off. It doesn't look cluttered right here, but back here back there where you can't see, it's pretty cluttered. So that's the reason why I pulled the camera in a little closer. But anyway, let's flip the camera around and take a look at this small stack of cards, and then we'll get on with the Dave Parker extravaganza. So I'm going to lead off this video with cards anyway with a couple of Topps Living cards. Here is a 2025 Barry Bonds. Sweet looking card, that cross earring in his ear. Get on there, Barry. And then I got the Iron Horse here. This is a 2023, I think, of Lou Gehrig. I love this card. I love the green background. I think of the old Yankee Stadium dugout. And then here's another good card I just picked up. A 76 Topps Mike Schmidt SGC 3. See here the back. Nice looking card. 76. I was like, why? How in the world did this get a 3? It might be a little off center, top to bottom, left to right, but got to looking at it, and straight on you can't tell. But you can see there right at his helmet area. See a small crease there. Just no big deal to me. I could care less, but what a sweet looking card in my opinion. It definitely hits my appeal for sure. And then I've got this 79 Keith Hernandez with the cards. Current color commentator with the Mets. I mean, you could make a strong case, I guess, he should be in the Hall of Fame. I mean, he's roughly a 300 lifetime batter, 5-time All-Star, 2-time World Series champ, once with the Cards, and then again in '86 with the Mets. The Cards, it was '82. He has 11 Gold Gloves to his name. The National League batting champ in '79, and coincidentally that same year he was voted National League MVP. So that's the 79 Keith Hernandez. Then moving back a few more years, I got a 71 Bill Mazeroski. I love these 71s. Look at that big chaw in his mouth. Very cool. And then also another 71 here of lefty, Mr. Steve Carlton. I didn't know this, but digging around and looking at some of his stats, he has the second most strikeouts of any left-hander ever in baseball. Does anybody know who number one is? I started to say was. He still is. Yep, that would be the big unit, Randy Johnson. But look at this card. And these 71s, I just can't get enough of them. Did you see my last video? I've got some more 71 cards coming in, and I'm really hitting that set pretty hard, at least through the Hall of Famers and some guys that I like Bernie Carbo and such. But love that card. Love that card. So now let's move on to Dave Parker. Let's look at some Dave Parker cards. You want to? So the first thing I'm going to lead off with is this 84 Fun Foods pin. See if it'll pick it up there. See the back here. 1984 Fun Foods. Dave Parker. Kind of hard to get real good on camera. Second card I'll show you is my 88 Dave Parker of the Reds. He played with the Reds from 1984 through 87. It's a sweet looking card. Then going back a little bit, here's my 83. You guys seen this just a couple weeks ago in my giveaway. It's one of the cards I picked up at a card show. I can squeeze that in there without knocking everything over. Space them out just a little bit more here. All right, then got a 1981. I love these cards. That honestly is probably one of my most favorite uniforms ever. The black and gold. And then second year as an All-Star here, 1980. Parker. As you can see here, my Reds Hall of Fame bobblehead. Then moving on to 79. This is one of his Gold Glove years. And also the We Are Family Pirates, who actually won the World Series that year. 78. This is a great year for Parker. Voted National League MVP, 334 batting average, 30 home runs, 117 RBIs, and the second of his batting titles. We got the 77. His first All-Star appearance and his first batting title that year. We batted 338. And also he got the first of his 3 Gold Gloves this year. 77. On deck circle there with the big donut on his bat. And then this card here, this is 2 firsts for me, really. I had ordered this card before Parker had passed away, and it just come in like Saturday, the day of his passing. And also, as you've seen in my YouTube header, my personalized slab cards, the Ham collection. But this is the 1974 Dave Parker rookie. I love the old school batting helmets without the ear protection. Here's the back of that. What do y'all think about my new slabs? Huh? Something else, right? So let me clear this off and show you what you already seen, the pièce de résistance, whatever that means, of my Dave Parker collection. So stand by. So this is my Dave Parker auto. Look at that. 2022 Upper Deck Sweet Spot Game Used Bat autograph of Dave Parker. Not really picking. There we go. Well, my camera is not focusing here lately. It's a sweet looking card. It's a sweet looking autograph. It's got just tiny smudge right there, but who cares, man? It doesn't really take away from it. Here's the back. What it looks like. Very nice, very cool. But I really like that. This is probably one of my favorite autographs in my collection. And really kind of what makes it special to me is this was signed by Mr. Parker in person himself. You can see Dave right there in the center signing a baseball during the show. And then there's his wife, Kelly, beside him there. But this was signed at Moeller High School. Just in Cincinnati, kind of a little suburb of Cincinnati, in 2019. Anybody knows anything about Moeller High School? That is the high school that Ken Griffey Jr. went to. And anybody familiar with the Bells? Gus Bell, who played for the Reds, his son Buddy, and Gus's grandchildren, David Bell and Mike Bell. All the Bells, well, except for Gus, I think, didn't go there. But Buddy and Mike and David, all 3 went to Moeller High School along with Ken Griffey Jr. So I thought that was pretty cool. So that is my Dave Parker collection. Let's flip the camera around. I got a couple, 2 or 3 little amusing stories for you that I think you guys will find interesting and funny. So these stories come from this book called The Tales from the Cincinnati Reds Dugout, a collection of the greatest Red stories ever told by Tom Browning with Dan Stupp. And I've many years ago, a few years ago, I shared some stories out of this book with you guys pertaining to Dave Parker. I think I actually told the same story, but there's a lot of cool, neat stuff in here. It's basically Tom Browning's day-to-day life with the Reds while he was with them. And it kind of, I pulled some Dave Parker stories out of here that kind of chronicles the type of guy he was. Yeah, he was really straight-laced and he was serious business, but he also liked to have fun. And we'll start off with I think it was like 84. The Reds had flew into Chicago for a game with the Cubs, and they were taking the team bus from the airport over to Wrigley. And Dave Parker went to the bathroom, and Tom Browning was sitting there. And this was when Terry Francona was on the team. And Terry Francona is like, I got an idea. While Park, and they called him Park, is in the bathroom. This is Francona speaking. He's like, let's lock him in there. And he egged Tom Browning enough that Browning got up enough nerve to take his belt off. And he went up there and wrapped his belt around the outside handle and pulled against it and wedged himself against the wall of the bus. And he basically wedged Dave Parker in the bathroom. Parker finished his business, Park finished his business, and went to push on the door, open it up, and it wouldn't budge. I don't pull on it. However, anyway, so he banged on it, it wouldn't budge. He banged on it again. He's like, let me out. He's like, hey, you idiots, let me out. And Parker just kept on squeezing that door together. Finally, Parker reared back and put his shoulder into it and gave it a real hard knock. And of course, the door popped, but it didn't give. And everybody got everybody's attention on the bus, and they were like, oh no, what have we done type thing. Well, the scared demeanor finally turned into laughter, and there were several guys, they were laughing so hard under their breath, tears was coming down their eyes. And finally, Tom Browning found the right moment to take his belt off of the door and sit down in his bus seat. About that time, the door flew open, and here come Parker. He said, of course, the bathroom is in the back of the bus, and he walked up to the front of the bus where, at the time, where Pete Rose was sitting. Pete Rose was a player manager then, and he went to Rose and he said, hey, blockhead, you tell these guys I don't play that way. And didn't say any more to anybody else about it, and went back to his seat and sat down. But those guys knew, in Tom Browning's words, that he always thought twice about going to the bathroom on the team bus. Another cool story from the book, or I thought it was pretty neat, was it was concerning Pete Rose and Dave Parker. Pete Rose was always big about giving everybody nicknames. He nicknamed Tony Perez Doggy. He called Chris Sabo Spuds McKenzie, the dog of the beer commercial from back in the day. Rolando Runes he called Boom Boom. Ron Robinson he nicknamed the True Creature. And Tom Browning he nicknamed Puggy. He said his face looked like one of the pug dogs, I guess. But Browning said that was still better than the nickname that Dave Parker wanted to give him. Dave Parker wanted to call him Couch Cushion Face, which I think Puggy is way better than couch cushion face. I can't even say it. But I thought that was very funny and kind of showed the funny, prodding, joking side of Dave Parker. So in Tom Browning's book, he mentions Dave Parker being really good at one-liner jokes. And I can see that just, kind of off the cuff, just throwing that out there. He said, and more than on one occasion, Dave Concepcion was the target of Park's jokes. He said they were sitting around the clubhouse one day and they were making fun of each other's car. and Dave Parker was talking about Concepcion's car. And at the time, Concepcion had a Porsche. And I think Dave Parker at the time had one too. But Parker was saying that Concepcion's car was just underpowered, didn't have any horsepower, and that it was probably powered by a mule. Well, that brought everybody in the clubhouse down laughing. They were just dying laughing. Well, at the time, somebody walked in, and they're like, "Hey, what are you guys laughing at?" And Parker's like, "Oh, nothing. Just Concepcion's Porsche 911 Turbo." Which I thought that was just hilarious. Hey, that's all I got, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out with me, man. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the carts, and I hope you enjoyed those Dave Parker stories. And if you get a chance, pick up this book. I mean, you don't have to be a Reds fan to read it. It's just a lot of great stories, a lot of comical stuff in there. And it kind of tells about Tom Browning's journey through the majors. It's a really, really good book. But that's all I got. Thanks for hanging out. Hey, remember, collect what you love what you collect. And until next time, guys, peace.